You're not going to believe who just popped back up on your screen. Yeah, Hillary. Hillary Clinton is back, and this time she's defending the MS-13 gang member who has been all over the news for the past couple of weeks. That's right. While most people are worried about protecting their families, Hillary is worried about protecting a guy who was caught with drugs, cash, MS-13 tats on his knuckles, and wearing a gang uniform. But what you'll learn is this isn't just another out-of-touch tweet. It's a full-blown political train wreck starring Clinton, Senator Chris Van Hollen, and a criminal alien who shouldn't be anyone's martyr. In this video, we'll unpack the absurdity, expose the hypocrisy, and ask the question that nobody in the media will. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Look, if you like our videos and you haven't already, become a subscriber to the channel. Hit that notification bell, smack the like button because it helps us get our message out to more people. So, what happens when you mix X.com activism, a failed presidential candidate, and a violent MS-13 gang member? Apparently, you get a heartfelt defense speech from Hillary Clinton. Yeah, really. So Hillary took to X and put out a tweet saying, before the election, I warned that there is no safe haven under authoritarianism. She said nothing the entire 4 years previous to this administration. Mind-boggling. She went on, if they can ship Kilmar Abrego Garcia to a foreign prison accused of no crime with no trial, they can do it to anyone. What is she talking about? She follows it up with, Americans of conscience must stand against this now. Guys, let that sink in. There's a lot to unpack here, and I don't want these people on the left getting away with these kinds of lies anymore. Aren't you sick of the lies they spread daily? And their lies are now affecting American citizens' lives. I mean, think about it. You defend an MS-13 gang member. You want to bring him back to the United States where he resided illegally in Maryland. You are just asking for these violent criminals to roam our streets and attack any American citizen they want. There's no other way to look at this, especially this case. An MS-13 member is Hillary's new cause celeb. But on the other hand, this is the same woman who once called half the country deplorable during an election. Now, in the first line, she refers to authoritarianism, no doubt talking about the Trump administration. Now, she is a lawyer and was a U.S. senator, so she knows better than to tell a despicable lie like this. Neither Donald Trump nor his administration has ever shown a propensity toward authoritarianism, unlike Hillary's Democratic Party. And did you catch what she said after that? If they can ship Kilmar Abrego Garcia to a foreign prison, accused of no crime with no trial, they can do it to anyone. I mean, how stupid do you have to be to make a statement like that with all that we now know about this guy? Hillary refers to El Salvador as a foreign prison, like Garcia just lost his way to a yoga retreat. I mean, that's wrong, Hillary. Garcia was living in a foreign country when he was living here in the U.S. because he was an illegal alien. He didn't belong here. This so-called foreign prison is in his homeland, El Salvador, where he is a citizen. You have to completely suspend disbelief to think the way Hillary thinks. And check this out. She locked down her tweets' replies. She doesn't even get the irony here. Guys, nothing screams authoritarianism like not letting people disagree with you openly. Democracy dies in Hillary's comments section. Garcia is a Salvadoran national who entered the U.S. illegally. Court documents clearly state that Garcia admitted to being a citizen and national of El Salvador by birth and that he was present in the United States illegally. Guys, that's just a fact. Two courts ruled, one immigration, another an appellate court, ruled that he was in the country illegally. Another fact. And that whole accused of no crime claim without a trial, it doesn't just stretch the truth, it assaults it like an illegal from El Salvador. Garcia's wife accused him of domestic violence twice, resulting in a protective order. When he was arrested, yes, Hillary, he was arrested. He had rolls of cash and drugs on him. He was found where he happened to be in the company of, you guessed it, two other MS-13 gang members. Does that sound like someone who's been falsely accused? According to DHS Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin, two judges determined he was a member of MS-13, and that ruling still stands. At the time of his arrest, he was even dressed in what amounts to a gang's uniform. Now, President Trump put out a photo recently of Garcia's knuckles having the MS-13 tattoo. Now his wife put out a photo where he had his arms around her, and she put a heart sticker over his knuckles to not show the tattoo. I mean, that was just a little too convenient to put the obstruction like right there when all was going on in the news with this guy, right? That's not all. He was also stopped by Tennessee police while transporting 7 people, including a suspected terrorist. And no, he didn't even have a driver's license. DHS later confirmed intelligence reports found that he was involved in human trafficking. Guys, this is the guy Hillary is worried about. The guy Democrats want you to sympathize with. Meanwhile, the victims, crickets. Forgotten by the Democrats. Rachel Morin, a mother of 5 from Maryland, was raped and murdered by another illegal alien from El Salvador. On April 14, her killer, Victor Martinez Hernandez, was convicted. Now, you'd think that Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen would have offered his condolences or at least mentioned her name, but no. He was too busy hopping on a plane to El Salvador to visit Garcia. Give this a watch.
I'm here at the airport. I'm about to board my flight for San Salvador. The goal of this mission is to let the Trump administration, to let the government of El Salvador know that we are going to keep fighting to bring Abrego Garcia home.
That means that they're still stuck on stupid.
Until he returns to his family. I hope to meet with representatives of the government. I hope to have the chance to actually see Kilmar and see what his condition is. But we are going to keep fighting.
Remember, he never called the mother of a woman that was murdered by another illegal alien from El Salvador.
Because this is a miscarriage of justice. The Supreme Court has ruled 9-0, that he was illegally taken out of.
That's not what the court ruled. The court actually ruled that the lower court overstepped. And they said that because one line was written in the order for final deportation that shouldn't have been there, had nothing whatsoever to do with anything. That they said, okay, so now if you deported him and you sent him back there, if the government of El Salvador wants to let him come back and you allow him to come back, you can facilitate that flight, to which Pam Bondi said they would. They would comply with that court order. But this jackass is going on to talk about how the rule of law is being broken.
Country and put in a prison in El Salvador. And this is about due process. This is about rule of law.
Did you notice that in the beginning of this whole saga, they were saying it was all about Kilmar Abrego Garcia? But now that America is looking back at them and going, what are you guys, what are you up to? Like, why are you doing this? Why are you making such a stink over an illegal that was deported? Now it's about due process. You notice that? Now it's about the process. They never said that all along until they realized that they were losing on an 80-20 issue.
Bullies do is they begin by picking on the most vulnerable. But if we
picking on the most vulnerable, this guy's a clown. Maryland, you should do better.
Get rid of the rule of law and due process in the United States. It's a short road from there to tyranny.
To tyranny. Do you hear this guy? I mean, what is this guy thinking? And the illegal alien who has an arrest record and was a member of the violent gang MS-13 that was declared a terrorist organization? Why did he ignore all that? Yet he couldn't pick up a phone for the grieving mother of Rachel Morin in his own state, but he could burn jet fuel to visit an illegal alien gang member in another country. And Rachel's mom, Patty Morin, she wasn't silent on Sean Hannity's Fox program. Give this a watch.
What are your thoughts on your senator going to bat for this illegal But did he ever say anything to you and your family about your loss? Ever call you? Ever take the time to be with you?
No, actually, I'm very angry. I'm actually outraged, but I'm too sad at the moment to show anger at the same time. He did not call our family. He did not give condolences. There was no action on the Democratic Party in any way, from Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Mayorkas, anyone here in Maryland, none of the senators did anything to help search for the murderer of my daughter.
Guys, that's a question every American, especially the media types out there, should be asking. Why does an illegal alien have more rights than this mother or her daughter or the grandchildren? Now, here's the uncomfortable truth. The left has stopped pretending. They've picked their side. And if you're an American citizen, it's not yours. That is just the way it looks. And it seems like that is the fact, guys. It's sad, but at the same time, it's pretty despicable and dark when you think about it. They are defending illegal alien criminals while ignoring American victims. They're celebrating lawbreakers while vilifying the law-abiding. And somehow we're supposed to just sit down and shut up about it. Well, this isn't just about one tweet or one flight to El Salvador. It's about a party that has turned its back on everyday Americans in favor of criminals, cartels, and chaos. But the good news is you're not alone, guys. The tide is turning. The truth is out and people are waking up. All across this country, everyday Americans are standing up, speaking out, and demanding leaders who put citizens before criminal illegal aliens, justice before politics, and common sense before corruption. We're seeing a movement of parents, patriots, and principled voters reclaiming their voice and taking their country back. So don't lose heart. The fight is real, but so is the awakening. And in the end, the truth always wins. All right, thanks for watching. Hit that notification bell if you want to be kept up to date with the fight for common sense policies, border security, and justice for victims like Rachel Morin. I'll see you in the next one.
It's hard to understand why some people put their head in the sand. In a world so cold where hearts turn to stone.